All right, we are on air. Happy April 6th, everybody. This is our first meeting in April. It's exciting. Happy new month. Okay, this is a meeting to talk about community outreach for Backed Up CMS. We have an agenda we're working through. I don't know if anyone wants to share the agenda.
Yeah, I'll get on that.
Okay.
Also, kind of related to outreach, I'm so excited that we're tweeting in English now when we start these broadcasts.
Yeah, it took me like 2 hours last week to figure out how to change our language to English, but I did finally get it. There were like 20 people in a Google forum that are all like, why is my Twitter, Google, YouTube tweeting in languages? And then, yeah. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna click on Nate's thing so we can see. Okay. So what are we working on for community outreach? We're currently working on redoing our website. We had a fantastic design, but the implementation turned into a little bit of an issue. So where we are right now is we've launched the new layouts. Woohoo! And we've got a bunch of follow-up issues to get all of the other stuff out the door as well. I'm working on that a little bit today. I noticed there were some things that got a little funky when we did the layout launch, and there's a bunch of issues in the queue, and I want to try and clean up some of the sort of bug-like things that we've come up with in doing that. The showcase designs got moved over to new layouts, which is good, but we still need more content, and we need the view of the actual showcase page to be built. But that is also pretty darn close. And I noticed a bunch of people tweeting about sites that they've built on Twitter recently. So hopefully we can get some of those added into the showcase as well, which will look great. There's also some other things we're working on in the homepage for the website, and you can check all of that stuff at the backdropcms.org issue queue in the Backdrop Ops group. Okay, so forum site. We have a forum site. It's up. It's ready to be used. We have an issue with Bakery module that's making it really hard for people to log in. Last week, Jeff did a whole bunch of work on porting a patch that was applied to the Drupal module for Drupal.org to the Backdrop module. Well, first creating a patch because there wasn't a patch, and then we applied it both to the localized site and the forum site. I did some testing on that this morning, and it doesn't seem like it fixes any of our problems with people not being able to log in. The one use case that was solved by that patch is that if you are not logged in to backdropcms.org and you go to the forum website and you attempt to log in, it will successfully redirect you to the main site, log you in on the main site, redirect you back to the forum site, create your user account on the forum site, and log you on the forum site, which is great. But if you're already logged in anywhere, you get an access denied message. If you're not a Bakery user, if you're supposed to be just logging in directly to the main site, it doesn't do anything at all. It just reloads the page. And if you are already logged in, I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff. It's all documented in the issue. So we have some work to do on Bakery, and I don't think we should start promoting the forum site until we can get that user experience smoothed out a little bit so that people can log in and actually do the stuff they're supposed to do there. So anyway, that's too much about Bakery, but that was my morning. Okay, we have a content strategy map now for backdropcms.org. And the big picture here is that we're trying to figure out how the different pieces of content that we're creating can be supported in different areas. So like, what is the content we want in the newsletter, and how does that tie to what's on the blog? What are the kinds of things we want videos for, and do we do blog posts and newsletters to support those? And so I went ahead and created a bunch of new tags on the GitHub issue queue for backdropcms.org so that as people start to have good ideas or ask questions for things, we can mark them as like, this is a good candidate for a blog post, or this is a good candidate for a video. And that way the people who are interested in writing blog posts or creating videos will have a good reference of, here are a bunch of ideas for things that could be used for those purposes. So there's also a bunch of other stuff going on in the backdropcms.org queue that's specifically related to content, either creating new pages, reorganizing pages, or trying to figure out, I don't know, what content is missing. And so I've also created just a general tag for content. So if anyone wants to work on content, hopefully that's a good place to look at where we need attention. So if you're interested in playing in the GitHub issue queue and you have a passion for content, hopefully that will be a little bit better organized. And I haven't tagged everything that already exists, so feel free to re-tag things too if you're playing around in there. And that relates to all the other stuff that we're working on right now for community outreach. We have a newsletter that we're currently working on that will be a supporting document to go along with a blog post that we currently have right now in draft state, which was written by Graham on the state of Contrib. He made this amazing blog post. If you guys have edit access on backdropcms.org, I would definitely encourage you to go and take a look at it. It's very extensive. It talks about like what is contributed code in the open source, but it also includes a whole bunch of information on the state of Contrib for Backdrop and how are these things supported. And yeah, it's fantastic. So we've got a Google Doc with some suggested edits that we're going to be making to it that just kind of add some better titles and clean up some language in places, but the intent and the content is going to remain largely unchanged from what it is right now. And then hopefully the newsletter will go out and it'll be supporting contributed modules and promoting that blog post. So other things we're working on, I noticed in the issue queue earlier today a post from a little while ago, I don't know how I stumbled across it, that was a really great idea for a video, and I thought that would be great. It would be great to make a video, and I might be able to do that today. I don't know, it depends on how much other stuff I want to do today. But it's just a quick tutorial on how to update a backdrop site on Pantheon, which things are really important to do for backdrop that might be different in the way that you do them for Drupal. Someone was having a little trouble, and I thought I could point out there's only really 2 things, and we can cover it in like a 5-minute video, and that might be really beneficial to people. So I've noted all those things. If I don't get to today, if someone else wants to do that video, and just kind of point out like copying files and running update.php and in Backdrop rather than on the Pantheon UI. That's could be an easy win. And then I don't think we have any other updates on other things we're working on for community outreach. Lately, the focus has been mainly on backdropcms.org because that's where we've had most of our attention. But also the surrounding properties too. The forum website, the localized website, and the API website has been getting some attention just because of all of the work we've been doing with Bakery. So I think that's kind of it, unless anyone has anything else they want to talk about specifically. I see Wes wants to check in on where we are on the website. That would probably be good, but we can definitely do that off the video.
I have nothing to add. I just wanted to
come back.
Yep, have my face visible.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that's it then.
Yeah, I would just say encourage anyone who's not attending the meeting but maybe watching the video. There's some great low-hanging fruit items where we could use some help on backdropcms.org in terms of content stuff, as well as if you want to get your hands in the code, the repositories on GitHub. We could definitely use some help cleaning up all of our work on the new theme. So yeah, that's where we are. All right, thanks guys for coming, and we will see you in the issue queue. I'm going to stop the broadcast, but Wes, let's hang on for a little bit.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.